We present a movie, Opolskie Actively, in the saddle, showing the possibilities of spending time on the horse's back in the Opolskie Voivodeship. In the film, speaking are Anna Marashko, journalist, Adam Wojtusz, president of the Horse Trial Association, Andrzej Sawacki, founder and manager of the horse riding club Lewada, national team coach in dressage. All scenes in the movie were recorded in the Opole Voivodeship and show the following places: Mosna Castle and Stud Farm, Opole Riding Club, Prudnik Stud Farm, Ostroga Horse Riding Club in Opole, Opolski Village Museum, Goshina Zagroda, Agritourism Farm in Szeszec, Osadkowski Horse Riding Club in Jakubowice, Horse Riding Club Lwada in Zakrzów, Church in Sidznia, Gossus near Pashkov, Turawskie Lake and Niske Lake. The logo of the Opolskie Voivodeship appears, Piast Tower, and the inscription of Blooming Opolskie. Another intro. There appears an animated horseshoe with the inscription Opolskie in the Saddle. We see the Magic Castle in Mosna from the bird's eye view. We see a bird's eye view of the Magic Castle in Mosna. The camera hovers over the fields in Gossus near Pachkov. The camera looks from the juicy green trees at Turawskie Lake. We see the sunset over the Opave Mountains and the surface of Nisa Lake. The camera returns to the park in Mosna and flies over 99 towers and turrets of the impressive castle. I love to spend my free time actively, so I want to share it with you and tell you how it can be done in Opole region. The journalist feeds a rolled horse inside the historic stud farm in Mosna. An old proverb says that lack without a horse is like a body without a soul, and that a Pole is born and dies on a horse. Today, riding is simply one of the greatest ways of contact with nature. Adam, supposedly in the southern Opole region, a horse trail is to be created. You are one of the initiators. Tell me about its qualities. The Opole region is created for horse tourism, and with a group of enthusiasts we decided under the patronage of the Marshal's office to create such a horse trail. This trail is supposed to be over 300 kilometers long and include all riding centers in this region. This is probably a great news for amateurs of horse tourism. 4 horsemen ride next to the delighted tourists on the courtyard promenade, moving the camera to the Opole Riding Club. A bird's eye view of the horses and fowls in the stud's paddock. Formerly elite, today is becoming increasingly popular and accessible. More and more professional riding centres are being established, equipped with, among other things, indoor riding schools, thanks to which we can practice riding all year round. A girl rides a horse in a large indoor dressage filled with sand. The bird's eye view shows the historic building of Prudnik Horse Stud Farm. Bird's eye camera shows the herd of horses following the dirt road. We see the area of the stud farm. It is crossed by a dirt road separated from the stud farm by a wooden fence. Approach 2 grazing horses. A chestnut-colour horse joyfully runs on grass playing with another horse. The camera moves to Opole. The photo on the inscription of Ostroga, located on the top of the stud farm building, close up on the horse's nostrils. Vice Marshal of the Opole region, Zbigniew Kubolańca, caresses the horse's muzzle. Riders jump sportingly through obstacles on the premises of the Ostroga Riding Club. From the bird's eye view, we see 4 riders on a modern hippodrome of the oldest riding club, Ostroga, in the region. Horses walk on a path in the area of the Museum of Opole Village bordering with the Ostroga Club. The horses are riding between the 2 ponds. In the background we can see a historic wooden mill with a windmill from Dobjen Wielki. Bird's eye camera shows Jakubus Hotel in Jakubowice, shooting on the stud farm of Osadkowski Riding Club. A rider on the black horse jumps over the obstacle with a large inscription of Jakubus. There is one more unique thing about riding. This is the only sport in which an animal is a partner for humans. Anyway, there is a reason to talk about a rider and a horse as a pair. A unique relationship is created between man and horse, which is based on mutual trust. On a modern hippodrome, the girl is riding a sports horse, which jumps in slow motion over an obstacle with the inscription of Jacobus. The camera moves to Szeszec. The carriage departs from the agro-touristical Gościna Zagroda. A young man opens the stud farm door. Then Anna Maruszewska, dressed in a toque, enters the frame leading the horse. Riding is an active reaction for everyone. But how to start? For example, in one of the many agritourism farms, having horse riding lessons in their offer. Bird's eye view of the carriage and ponies. It is never too late to try your hand at saddling. A shot for the ponies, and immediately afterwards a shot for Anna Maruszewska, learning to ride in the Gościna Zagroda agritourism farm in Szeszec. The camera moves to Zakrzów. Anna Maruszewska talks with Andrzej Sałecki. Andrew, I see that your centre is training for Olympics, actually from a young age. Our centre is an Olympic training centre, and that's how it starts. But then we have competitors who compete in great international competitions. We are the first club in Poland. We also organise the largest competition in Poland here, and we are very proud of this. And our Opole region too. World Cup edition competition. Bravo! From horseback height, you can admire the landscapes of the entire voivodeship. More experienced people can start a field trip with horseback tours in the most beautiful corners of the region. Snapshots of tourist attractions located in Jakobowice, Sidznie, Turewa. For an active adventure in the saddle, it is best to go to the OPOLSKIE voivodeship. The film ends with a player symbolically kissing a horse in snoring. There is an intro with an animated horseshoe and the inscription of OPOLSKIE in the saddle. The end. The final board with the logo types arranged in one line. From the left, the navy blue flag, in the middle of which there is a circle made up of golden stars representing the member countries, and next to it in the inscription of European Union. A blue coat of arms depicting a golden eagle, with the wings spread out and the inscription separated by a vertical line which says, Self-Government of the Opole Voivodeship. A weeping willow in the foreground and two light green willows in the background. And next to it the inscription of National Network of Rural Regions. Red spikes on green fields in the crown of EU blue stars with the white country cottage in the blue circle. And next to it the inscription of Rural Development Programme for 2014 to 2020. In the middle of the board there are inscriptions. The European Agricultural Fund for Rural Development, Europe Investing in Rural Areas, operation named OPOLSKIE Active and Tasty. It is co-financed by the European Union under Scheme 2 of Technical Assistance RDP 2014 to 2020. Managing Authority of the Rural Development Programme for 2014 to 2020, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development. The Marshal's Office of the Opole Province is responsible for the content. The end.